you crazy? Using my face and image across the continent. For who takes this kind of deals? Who takes this kind of deals? I mean, for real. They sensed it. I have a crazy story that happened on the second year. Me, my wife, and the kids, we take a mat, we are going somewhere. Me and the kids, we are talking inside the mat. Another lady turns around and says, "Where are you guys from?" We say, "We are from Kenya." "Where do you guys go to school?" "They are homeschooled." Says, "Okay, I have something for you. I want you guys to come to Cape Town at this place. We have a casting agency." And me, my wife, and the kids, a few days later, we go there. We get a photo shoot done. All right? We leave. Guess what happens? An advert comes. In fact, I'll never forget this advert. It was a Strepsils advert. So, and the guy said, "We are looking for someone who is in their 30s, who looks like this, like this, like this." And then my agent calls me and says, "I want you to do a voice note of this script, then send it to me." See, me, I'm a voiceover beast. I do that voiceover script. In fact,
you have a studio?
I don't even do it on my phone. I go to the school. I do a high quality voiceover script. I send it to her via WhatsApp. She listens to it, sends it to the production company. They're like, "My God, this is our guy." They call me. Okay? When I go there for casting, you know, when you go for casting, you expect to find very many people there.
Yeah.
I land there, I call her and I tell her, "I am alone at this reception. Is there anyone else coming?" Says, "You are alone?" Me, I thought I was expecting many people there. Says, "No, I'm alone. They just asked me to carry a white shirt and a black tie." And I carried a white shirt and a black tie. And I went. I go into this place, they have a setup like this. They tell me, "Stand over here." And then they say, "These are the lines and stuff." I stand, I smash those lines out of the park. You know me, I'm used to TV and cameras. The director is like, "Do it again." And then those lines, boom, boom, boom. I had memorized them. There were like 4 or 5 lines.
Preparation is your thing.
Hit them, boom, boom, boom. They go like, "Okay." They don't show me that they're impressed. They say, "Awesome. We'll see you. We'll call you." A few days later, they call me. They say, "Awesome. The company has agreed to work with you. We have a valuation of 3,500 rand per year." Tell them, "What did you just say?" "The valuation for us to use your image on print, online, and sijui what, across Africa for 3,500.
You're insane.
Are you kidding
35 Gs
me?
Across Africa.
Across
Even
Africa.
one billboard, hell no.
Across
Even
Africa.
social media post if you're lucky.
Oh my God. I was like, "Are you guys crazy?" No. There's nothing to discuss there. I just said no. I got 2 opportunities. Another one I'm going to tell you. I just said, "No, I'm not doing that." What? For real. They called me again and they said, "Will you take 7,000? No. They called me again. They said, "Will you take 20,000 rand? I said, "No." Are you out of your mind?
Across Africa.
I remember it was a boardroom call. I could hear I was on voice note.
Yeah.
And I was telling them, "Do you know how much I pay for my studies here? Are you crazy? Using my face and image across the continent. For who takes this kind of deals? Who takes this kind of deals? I mean, for real. This is abuse.
Of course.
This is abuse. Are you out of your mind? I was calling them out.
That's
I was
a thing
so
of
pissed
millions.
off.
Millions.
I don't know who they thought I was.
Maybe they've used guys who are desperate.
But one thing I knew, they Googled me.
Yeah.
That's why they kept on adding the amount. They kept on adding the amount because they called me again and they said, I told them, this is a 6-figure deal
Yes.
in rands.
Yes. Yes.
This is a 6-figure deal. If we are not going to 6 figures,
Don't
do
call me.
not call me again. I remember the owner of that agency that I was registered calls me, says, do you know what a deal you're walking away from? And I'm like, what deal? That is nonsense. She's like, people, international models take that deals. I said, I don't care. That is them. This is me. I do not see myself the way you are seeing me. I am a bloody valuable guy. They could not believe it. Me, I was not tolerating that nonsense. I was in shock. I remember finishing that call and I remember talking to my wife and I told my wife, God, oh my God, how many South Africans are taking advantage?
Yes, that's what I was going to tell you.
Then I realized how they do it because I got another call to do an aerial advert. Again, they wanted a Swahili speaking talent who is a voiceover Swahili beast. They sent me the Swahili voiceover. Killed it.
Out of the park.
Out of the park, man. I was called. Those guys were given a heads up. This guy is expensive.
Yeah.
Okay? So they called me and they said, hey, we're using this thing across East Africa only. I think they had Googled me.
Yes.
I said, I'm using this thing across East Africa. I said, so we have 10,000 rand for this. I
Come
said,
on.
do you know who I am in East Africa? I'm not taking this thing. If you don't have 6 figures, we are not talking.
Yes.
Guess what happened? They used a Kenyan student who was taking another degree there, and he was the face of that advert. You know, students don't know their value.
Yes.
Yes.
And also remember,
Yes.
and what I've come to find out is the exploitation of talent.
Let me tell
So
you.
they've charged the company
Yes.
1 million.
Yes.
You get 1 million rand.
Yes.
Then they're coming to kula from you
Yes.
because you're naive and you're
Because you're
desperate.
naive.
You're naive and you're
Yes.
desperate.
And so, unfortunately, that day they met the wrong guy. But I am.
Because they've not heard the rest of your story.
I remember telling my wife,
That's
if
insane.
I take these 10 G's and then my face is plastered across Kenya, they will write weird articles of how I'm making money in SA. And I don't want that crazy story out there.
Yes.
If they're going to plaster my face, I better make money. I better make money in this land. If not that, wacha kitu ikae. After that, no agency ever called me again. There's one thing I realized about agencies in South Africa. They're there to abuse.
Yep.
Abuse talent. And if you're watching this in South Africa, I'm calling you out, bro. That valuation you guys have is terrible. They were telling me that we are dealing with international models. Their faces are being used worldwide for 100,000 rand. I'm like, that is them. If your face is being used worldwide, let's say on a FIFA advert,
Yep.
that is a 7-figure deal.
Yep.
I don't know which models are these taking those kind of things, but that means someone doesn't know their value.
So exactly.
Someone doesn't know their
Yep.
value. Yes.
Oh, it's so funny how that story has come back.
Yes. So that was a crazy experience that I went through in Cape Town.
So what happens in your third year?
So we finished that year. Now, on
So at second year,
Yes.
you're telling me now it's when it got difficult.
Yes.
Because I don't want guys to.
I forgot
I
to
don't
give
get-
you context.
Uh-huh.
When we were going to South Africa, we only paid school fees for 1 year. 1 year. So we did not have school fees for the second year. Let me tell you how God works, bro. God would convict people and they would say, God has put your name in my heart. And the only thing I would say, hey, dude, God has put your name in my heart. These are the bank account details for the school. For the school.
Oh, for the school.
For the school. Do what God has told you to do.
These are who guys from Kenya?
Guys from Kenya. I remember my mom's pastor called. This is Apostle Kimani.
Yeah.
The one in Nakuru. Yes. I remember a couple of other guys, and I don't know why these names are skipping my mind. Like 6 people. Each send 100 to 150 Gs towards my studies.
Each
Sending like 100 towards my studies. God convicting them. Well, there's one thing me and my wife, we said, we will not call anyone and borrow money. There's something, Steve, there's something deep Steve and Faith Mzee taught us. They said this: we are not going to play God in your lives. But if God fails you, call us. I'd never had a statement like that. I am not going to play God in your lives. I once played God in someone's life. Okay? And God dealt with me properly. I will not do that. But if he does, call me. We never called Steve and Faith.
What?
And if we did, it was just to brief them. They set up another mindset of God will never fail you. You are here out of obedience. Oh yes, then God will take care of business. And I remember when we were finishing that year, the last semester, I did not have enough money.
For the second year?
For second year, last semester. And I remember the school telling me, you can't come to school. And I went like, how do I do this? And I remember I told my wife, I'm gonna send Black Coffee a DM.
What?
Black Coffee. Someone who has millions of followers. I have the craziest story to tell you here.
What? Okay, hold on. That's a good place to watch, guys. Black. Oh, no.
Black Coffee.
Okay. We'll be back.